Imagine this, you walk into your financial advisor's office. It's filled with papers, calculators, and charts that seem more like hieroglyphs than tools to manage your money. The advisor speaks in terms that sound reassuring but are laced with jargon, designed to make you feel that only they can handle your financial future. But now imagine this instead. A sleek AI interface at your fingertips, analyzing market trends, adjusting your portfolio in real time, and doing it all with precision and without bias. This is not science fiction. This is the reality of modern wealth management. Today, we're going to dive deep into how AI is not just assisting, but outright replacing traditional financial advisors, and why that might be the best thing that ever happened to your money. Welcome to Future-Proof Finance, where we dissect the latest trends in finance and technology to help you stay ahead. Today, we're exploring a seismic shift in the financial advisory landscape, the rise of AI-driven robo-advisors. These aren't just tools, they're revolutionizing how we manage money. Traditional financial advisors, sure, they've been the gatekeepers of wealth management for decades, but with high fees, conflicts of interest, and human error, they're becoming obsolete. In contrast, AI offers a cost-effective, unbiased, and precise alternative. And the numbers back this up. The robo-advisor market is expected to explode, managing over $2.5 trillion in assets by 2025. Stick with me as we unpack this transformation. Trust me, it's going to change how you think about your finances. Let's start with traditional financial advisors. They're human, they're relatable, and they can offer personalized advice, at least on the surface. But what happens behind the scenes? First off, the cost. Traditional advisors typically charge 1% to 2% of your assets annually. Now, that might not sound like much, but consider this. Over a 30-year period, those fees can erode nearly a third of your investment returns, and that's not even accounting for additional charges like transaction fees or hidden costs that are cleverly tucked away in fine print. But the issues go deeper. Many traditional advisors operate under a suitability standard rather than a fiduciary duty. What does that mean? Simply put, they can recommend products that are suitable for you, but not necessarily the best. Why? Because they might be receiving commissions from the companies whose products they push. This creates a conflict of interest where your financial well-being takes a back seat to their profits. And then there's churning, the practice of excessively trading in a client's account to generate commissions. Regardless of whether it benefits the client, it's not just unethical, it's a blatant disregard for your financial goals. Now enter AI-driven robo-advisors. These platforms offer a refreshing alternative, stripping out the conflicts of interest and the high fees. Robo-advisors like Wealthfront and Betterment charge as low as 0.25% annually, a fraction of what traditional advisors demand. But it's not just about cost. These AI systems operate 24/7, constantly monitoring and adjusting your portfolio based on real-time data. They're programmed to maximize your returns, optimize your taxes, and rebalance your portfolio as needed. And because they're driven purely by data, there's no room for emotional biases or ulterior motives. Let's break down how these AI systems actually work. At their core, robo-advisors use complex algorithms to analyze vast amounts of financial data, everything from market trends to your personal financial history. They then use this data to build and manage a diversified portfolio that aligns with your risk tolerance and long-term goals. For example, if the market starts to dip, the AI might automatically shift your investments to safer assets to minimize losses. Or if there's an opportunity to harvest tax losses, selling off assets that have lost value to offset taxes on gains, the AI will execute that strategy instantly, something most human advisors only do at the end of the year, if at all. Let's get specific. Wealthfront, for instance, offers something called direct indexing. This is a strategy that was once only available to the ultra-wealthy through private wealth managers. It involves purchasing the individual stocks in an index rather than buying an index fund. This allows the AI to harvest tax losses more effectively, potentially boosting your after-tax returns by 1.5% annually compared to traditional methods. Then there's Betterment, which excels in goal-based planning toward whether you're saving for retirement, a house, or just growing your wealth, Betterment's AI tailors a plan specifically for you, adjusting it as your circumstances change, and it's all done transparently. You know exactly what you're paying for and what you're getting. No hidden fees, no shady commissions. But what about performance? Studies have shown that the automated tax loss harvesting offered by these platforms can increase after-tax returns by up to 1.5% annually. That might not sound like much, but over a 30-year period, it can add up to tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars more in your pocket. And the best part, you don't have to do anything. The AI takes care of everything, from rebalancing your portfolio to optimizing your taxes, all while you sleep. But let's not pull any punches here. The world of traditional financial advisory isn't just outdated, it's riddled with unethical practices. Let's talk about kickbacks. And some advisors receive hidden bonuses or commissions from financial product providers for steering clients toward their funds or insurance products. This practice isn't just unethical, it's a betrayal of trust. Advisors are supposed to work for you, not for the highest bidder. And yet, many continue to push high-fee, underperforming products because it lines their pockets. Then there's the issue of opaque fee structures. Advisors often bury their fees in complex language or hide them altogether in the fine print of contracts. It's not uncommon for clients to be unaware that they're being charged for every trade, every rebalancing, every consultation. And let's not forget about insider trading. While it's illegal, that doesn't stop some advisors from using privileged information to benefit themselves at the expense of their clients. The Wells Fargo scandal, where the bank's advisors were caught creating fake accounts to meet sales targets, is a prime example of just how deep the rot can go in this industry. Before you think AI is the knight in shining armor, let's take a closer look. AI platforms aren't immune to corruption either. For example, some robo-advisors have been accused of manipulating their algorithms to favor certain funds or stocks that benefit their parent companies. This isn't just a technical glitch, it's a deliberate attempt to skew results in favor of corporate interests. And then there's the issue of data privacy. Some AI platforms have been caught selling user data to third-party companies without clear consent. This might not be as immediately damaging as insider trading, but it's a serious breach of trust and raises concerns about how your financial information is being used and who has access to it. There's also the problem of algorithmic biases. AI systems are only as good as the data they're trained on. If that data is biased, the AI's decisions will be too. This can lead to suboptimal investment strategies that don't truly align with your needs or goals. And unlike human advisors who can be held accountable for their actions, AI platforms often operate in a regulatory gray area. This lack of oversight can lead to unethical practices going unchecked, putting your investments at risk. So, where does this leave us? On one hand, AI-driven robo-advisors offer a level of transparency, efficiency, and cost-effectiveness that traditional advisors simply can't match. But on the other hand, they're not immune to the same ethical pitfalls that plague the traditional finance industry. The key difference is that while traditional advisors might deliberately engage in unethical behavior, AI platforms can sometimes do so unintentionally through poorly designed algorithms or lax data security measures. When it comes to security, AI platforms often tout their military-grade encryption and robust cybersecurity protocols, but no system is foolproof. Cyber attacks are on the rise, and financial data is a prime target. Even the most secure platforms can fall victim to hackers, exposing sensitive information that can be used for fraud or identity theft. And then there are the algorithm failures, cases where poor programming or unexpected market conditions lead to significant financial losses for clients. While these instances are rare, they serve as a stark reminder that AI, for all its advantages, is not a perfect solution. It's a complex landscape, and there's no one-size-fits-all answer. But what's clear is that the financial industry is changing, and those who adapt will thrive. If you're curious about how these changes might affect you, or if you've got your own experiences with AI or traditional advisors, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's zero in on data security. Even with all the encryption and safeguards, AI platforms aren't invincible. There have been notable breaches in fintech where sensitive financial data was exposed. While traditional advisors deal with client data too, they don't typically store it in vast, centralized digital repositories, which can become honeypots for hackers. AI's reliance on big data means that any breach can be catastrophic, affecting millions of users at once. Take the case of Wealthfront, which experienced a data breach in 2022 that affected thousands of its clients. While the company was quick to address the issue and strengthen its security protocols, the incident highlighted a significant vulnerability in AI-driven platforms. No matter how sophisticated the technology, there's always a risk when it comes to storing and managing sensitive data online. And while these platforms often have insurance to cover losses from fraud or theft, the emotional and psychological impact on clients can be just as damaging as the financial loss. Regulation is another area where AI-driven platforms are still catching up. The financial industry is one of the most heavily regulated sectors, and for good reason, but the rapid pace of technological change has outstripped the ability of regulators to keep up. Right now, many robo-advisors operate in a kind of Wild West with minimal oversight and few established standards. This lack of regulation can be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it allows for innovation and flexibility, but on the other, it can lead to gaps in compliance and accountability. For example, some AI platforms have been found to use investment strategies that skirt around regulations designed to protect consumers. They might take advantage of loopholes or operate in jurisdictions with lax oversight. This not only puts clients at risk, but also undermines the trust in the entire industry. And while regulators are starting to catch up, introducing new rules and guidelines for digital financial services, there's still a long way to go, but it's not all doom and gloom. There are efforts underway to bring AI-driven financial services into compliance with the same standards that govern traditional advisors. This includes stricter rules on data privacy, more transparent fee structures, and better accountability measures to ensure that AI platforms act in the best interests of their clients. For now, though, it's up to you, the consumer, to do your homework and choose platforms that prioritize transparency and security. If you're finding this information useful, don't forget to subscribe to Future Proof Finance. We're all about empowering you with the knowledge to make smart financial decisions. Hit that subscribe button and stay ahead of the curve. So should you ditch your human advisor and go all in on AI? It depends. If you're looking for lower fees, greater transparency, and a data-driven approach to investing, robo-advisors are an excellent choice. They're not perfect, but they offer a level of precision and efficiency that's hard to beat. And with the financial landscape changing so rapidly, there's never been a better time to explore your options. Are you now ready to take the plunge? Well, start by researching the top robo-advisors on the market. Look for platforms with strong security measures, transparent fee structures, and a solid track record of performance. And before you go, if you found this video valuable, why not share it? Send it to someone you think could benefit from AI-driven financial advice. Let's build a community where finance is accessible, transparent, and fair for everyone. As always, if you're curious about what's next in finance and technology, stick with Future Proof Finance. We've got plenty more to explore together. Until next time, take care and stay ahead of the curve.